Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to the Black Box Podcast. Tonight's another personal vlog entry, and this is really just kind of what's been going on the last couple months. Really, this year, 2017, I became a very big fan of Ron Paul's Liberty Report. If you haven't seen the Liberty Report with Ron Paul, and you're really like a fan of just trying to get some alternative news that has not been bought out yet, because so many of the alternative news agencies became so famous they got bought out, such as Vice, which was purchased by Rupert Murdoch, as well as others that have declared particular allegiances. It's really just nice to hear Ron Paul's sort of assessment on everything. The Ron Paul Liberty Report has been a real nice source of comfort when it comes to trying to find an alternative viewpoint that actually has a well argued presentation. When it comes to things like that in the past, I used to be a very big fan of Russia Today, RT, right? My sort of appreciation for them has gone drastically downhill over the last year and a half, and in all seriousness, I just view a lot of the things that they try to present as journalism are really sort of not even commentary. They just sort of put out a lot of far out things that are wheel spinning. Like, what I'm trying to say is they're just saying a lot of obscure points that they don't really back up with a lot of facts, and more like accusing somebody of doing something but not citing precisely what they did or how they obtained this information. And if you look through their archives, they've been doing that for years, and a lot of their experts are only giving just sort of personal assessments, saying things like, "This is what I believe happened." Yeah, but where's the proof? So yeah, RT has gone down a little in my book. But in other news, this year I've been following true crime quite a lot, and the show that I recommend the most is called Brain Scratch, hosted by John Lordan on the LordanArts channel. Once again, the name is Brain Scratch. Very, very nice presentation. Very high integrity true crime show. And there are a lot of other places, though, where we can learn about true crime cases. Some of the largest ones for me have been off of YouTube. For example, this year Wikipedia has actually really helped me out just in suggesting other entries to read. And I did a sort of recent series upload on the disappearance of Joan Risch from 1961, and I found that one on YouTube because they were just promoting a suggested article, and that has helped me learn a wide variety of information, and going to do some more things from the material that I found on Wikipedia at first. But and this goes without saying, I'll just say it again. I mean, no, Wikipedia is not the only source that one uses. I mean, it might give you the first entry, the first experience, but it requires a lot more groundwork. It requires reading all the outside articles, and it gives you all the links right there where people got this information from, or even not a link, what book they read it in, and you can go and check it out for yourself, and it's very important to do so. And I know you guys know all this, obviously, right? Yeah, just reiterating. So yeah, but I mean, I've learned about several mysteries from there, and then I've done some more groundwork on them and found fascinating stuff. Very fascinating things from right there. And the other thing that I've also used for true crime cases in the past is just looking directly at the FBI website. And the FBI, of course, has the top 10 most wanted list. They also have a page on terrorism. They have pages on white collar crimes. And there is so much that you can learn. And I really began in 2014 is when I started becoming just a regular visitor to the FBI's true crime website. Um, well, yeah, of course, it's all true crime, right? The FBI's website. And I did that because I was researching the stories about Wallace Fard Muhammad, who was the founder of the Nation of Islam. And I really hope to make a video in the future about Wallace Fard Muhammad because there's a lot of kind of crazy stuff. It's a very twist and turn story, so I think that would be something that could be worth sharing. Now, with true crime, in a lot of my uploads, I've been trying to stay away from a lot of the subreddits and a lot of the web sleuth forums because I kind of want to reignite the discussion, and I also want to sort of evaluate the raw material directly from the main media sources and kind of give a perspective that has not yet been given already on a different forum. For example, I don't want to just read somebody's web sleuth post and then just sort of say that out word for word because I feel that would not expand the discussion. We always have to remember with true crime that this is not just entertainment, this is not just a case. It is also you're also dealing with the stories of real people, and we want real answers. And by discussing this and expanding the discussion, hopefully it will help in some way to try and get some real answers. And in a few other things, going back to the more of the news and political side, I became a fan of the China Global Television Network for a little while. It's not going to change your life or anything, but they have a very, very active Facebook page, which is weird because they aren't allowed in China, but they send a lot of great news updates, and you can check out and verify sources from all over the world. You get your China news, your North America news, and your African news. So it's been very helpful to stay connected. And when I created the concept of black box radio, it's still in its infancy now. Got a few views, which feels pretty nice, but originally this wanted to be a much more political channel and a much more kind of international politics channel, and I had so many things planned about the Chinese involvement with African nations, but really just gravitating away from that sort of thing now. And just trying to focus on things that I find that I explore more just on my own time. I mean, yes, I'm very interested in the whole international politics thing, and a lot of people are. But that really was not the thing that I spend the most of my time thinking about, and most of my time sort of theorizing about, and I definitely devote more of my energy to just trying to find new answers with true crime mysteries. However, sometimes it is a nice change to get perspectives on the world, especially from, like, as I mentioned, from the Liberty Report with Ron Paul, which Ron Paul is a good person. No, he didn't become president. He didn't even win the nomination, but he's a good person, and he has a lot of eye-opening insight, and you really do find that there is the narratives that we are told to learn about in school and from the television, and really the purpose of alternative media is to give us sort of what is the side that they are not telling us, and Russia Today just isn't doing that for me. They are kind of putting out their own narrative, which sounds obvious, but yeah, I'd say so too. Yeah, that's probably an obvious statement, but nonetheless, I try to avoid their clips from now on, and I'm always in the market for finding some more just sort of more objective, independent reporting that is not fake news, but tells you the truth about the government, the shadow government, the invisible government, and the deep state. Some of the early uploads I did were very political, and I did one on the Trump nuclear budget about how it was surpassing $500 billion already, and that was 4 months into the first administration. And I thought that was just like monumental, like mind blowing, and that's not like coming from a Democrat or a Republican issue. It's just mind blowing. $500 billion, and it got 3 views. No one cares about any of that stuff, and I do care about it, but it's also a very, very simple thing that is not, maybe not best articulated in sort of a podcast similar to this one. Alright, yeah, so pretty much that's the nutshell version. Like I said, just a personal vlog segment. If you guys have anything to recommend, any sort of reading, any true crime material, I would definitely like to hear it. Also, any more independent alternative media sites, please let me know and leave a comment. Say anything that you want, and keep in touch and look out for more videos and podcasts and uploads here on the Black Box Radio channel. Talk to you soon.